Thank you, everybody. It's wonderful being here. The Americans, you know, have Nixon, Johnny Cash, and Bob Hope. And Newfoundlanders have Joey Smallwood, no cash, and very little hope.
Do you remember Ron Pumphrey?
I remember Ron, but more of Ron. I didn't know him personally.
Yeah, because he was, it depends on an age thing. He was city council for a while.
Yeah.
Known mostly as a broadcaster. I remember him as part of my very early life. And he was the first guy that I met that was, larger than life. He always seemed like he just got back from some big adventure. Like
he
the
was
way
quite
he
the character,
looked.
right?
Yeah. And my earliest memory of Ron Pumphrey, or as my mother always called him, Ron Humphreys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was he good friends with your dad?
Yeah.
That's what I figured, yeah.
So he was doing the talk show, and they had the diminutive French-Canadian wrestler Little Beaver there.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I wanted to go meet
Little Beaver?
Little Beaver.
And did you get to meet Little Beaver, Mike?
Did I ever? I sure did. Went in there. He's sitting in a chair. He's wearing a suit. He's smoking a cigar, and he has an Indian headdress on.
No way.
Underneath that headdress,
Yeah.
he's got a mohawk.
That's awesome.
So I may have been 5, and it freaked me out. The conversation went like this. You like Little Beaver? And I'm like, yeah. You want picture? And I'm like, yeah.
Did you get his autograph?
I did.
Do you still have that?
No, I don't know. Somewhere maybe.
Really?
I used to have it on my bedroom wall
Really?
when I was
You were
a
that
kid.
into Little Beaver?
Still am. But
That you framed it and put it on your wall?
I don't know if his friend was tacked up there,
Okay,
but it was just this guy, little guy, had the trunks on, black trunks. I can picture it now. And the Indian headdress, right?
That's really cool.
And once I also sang Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star on Ron's show to win a flipper pie.
I would like to hear that audio.
And I remember we stayed up into the night for the guy who was delivering the flipper pies. Now, I didn't even know what a flipper pie was, and then I tasted it and I hated it at that point. But whenever now I think of flipper or anything like that, I think about that, right? So he'd often come to the house. And I remember one New Year's Eve, him and Dad out stopping traffic at midnight.
What were they doing?
Wishing people Happy New Year's.
No way. That's cool.
Yeah. And being a little kid and looking out the door and them out there with their hands up.
That was the moment you decided you wanted to get in radio.
I knew there was something to it.
Yeah.
Another night he was doing magic tricks, which he would do. You know the old trick where you rub ashes on your arm and somebody's name appeared?
No, I don't know that trick.
Yeah, so he was doing that and my mother's name appeared. And I remember thinking that was a big deal.
That's really cool, actually.
What you do is you write the name on in some type of liquid or whatever. And then you put the ashes on. You burn something, right? So you burn a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And then you rub it on your arm. But he caught the side of the wall on fire.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's a cool trick, though.
Yeah, and then we learned that, alcohol can't put out a fire.
Okay, I'm glad you learned that early.
That worked out. But, I was looking for something last night because later on in life when I got into radio, I ended up producing a show that he was doing.
Really?
And he wrote a really nice 2-page letter to the management of the station about me. That was very touching.
Oh, so you were trying to find that?
Trying to find that last night, yeah. I found a great picture of Ron back in the early days in the studio, black and white picture. I'll show it to you. And he used to have a bell that he would ring. And you see the bell in the picture and you see the old microphone.
Well, everyone knows the voice.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And he always had those books out. And whenever he released a book, he would leave one for me at my parents' house that was, personalized and dedicate a copy for me.
Very thoughtful then.
Yeah. And I remember he had an album called Ha, So You Sleep on Your Belly, Eh, Baby? And that was like the raciest thing in our home. I remember, yeah, because he had a bunch of albums out. People of a certain era have no idea what a big personality this guy was. He released like 3 albums, I think.
Wasn't there like a self-help one or something? Because I remember yesterday I heard someone talking about a self-help album. Or was it a book? It might have been a book.
No, it was an album. He had 3 out. One was at the Caribou Club that we just heard the clip from.
How to Be Happy.
Yeah, How to Be Happy and Avoid a Nervous Breakdown.
Is that what it was?
I think one was like that.
Actually, we had this conversation yesterday when we were talking about him, and that's what someone said, that they had a copy of one of his albums, and it was like a self-help album. I'm like, man, that's actually kind of cool.
You're thinking like, wow.
Where's my self-help album?
You're like, I could really use that right now.
Exactly.
But certainly saddened to hear that he was sick later in life and passed away over the holidays. So there you go, some memories of Ron. If you have any you'd like to pass along, 738 Rock.
Oh, hi, Mike and Candace, Steve Pumphrey, Ron's son. I just wanted to just say thanks for the kind words and laughs, the tribute you've done to my father this morning. It was wonderful. Brought a tear to my eye again. Jesus. Anyway, I really appreciate that. I knew my father was close with your dad, knew your dad quite well, and they hung out a bit. And I remember my father telling stories of, when I was a young fella, probably about your age, actually. We're probably about I'm a little older than you. But anyway, no, it's all good. And thanks again. It means a lot to the family that you guys are doing that. And we really appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Take care.